Hello everyone, another new video. Yeah, continuing the theme of yesterday, the previous video even that I recorded. I'm going to pull a video together of Megadrive games that I've picked up over the last 4 or 5 years and never actually put onto a video before. Yeah, quite a few SNES ones yesterday, but there are tons of Megadrive games, and I'm still convinced there's another pile somewhere. But I'll talk you through these, and as I say, literally some of these I've had for 5 years, and then just never shown them on a video. So we'll crack on. There's a lot to get through. Might be a long video, this one. First game is, there we go. Tell you what, I'll move this camera. There we go. PAL copy of Amazing Wars. Plays a bit like Golden Axe, but it's it's all kind of demons and stuff like that. It's not a bad game actually. Quite enjoyed it. Love the artwork on this one. Even the PAL version's got a really nice artwork. Yeah, full copy. Wasn't ridiculously expensive then. It's not hugely cheap now, to be fair now. Yeah, solid little fighting game, that one. Next one I'm going to show you is Spinal Ball. Again, a game that blew me away at the time when it came out. Graphically, it's pretty amazing. The sprites are huge. Really chucks some massive kind of characters out onto the screen. Interesting kind of arcade boxing game, really. I do remember seeing the arcade version of this, and the Megadrive port's not bad. It's quite limited, but fun. And if you just actually want to show people what a Megadrive can do, it looks impressive. This is a Japanese copy again. Good condition. In fact, really good condition. So, it wasn't expensive. So, good one to get into the collection there. Next game I'm going to show you is a game called Downhole. This is it's a Wolf Team game. It's a game reminds me a little bit of something like Devil Crush Pinball. It's an electronic pinball machine. Sorry, pinball game, but the levels are kind of quite fantasy really, and nice artwork. Plays a pretty good game of pinball as well, but it kind of does those things that you couldn't actually make on a real machine in the real world. So it's all right actually. It's pretty good. Next game is a random game I picked up. Again, it was around about a tenner. There we go. Double Dragon 3, the arcade game. This is the Genesis version. Not had a chance to play this, so I've no idea what it's like. But as I say, cheap pickup. Suitably goofy Western artwork on that. Don't think this one's. Yeah, it hasn't got a manual in that one, but I've not played that one yet. If anyone's played it, give some feedback on that one. Now this is probably one of the oldest Megadrive games that I've got but not shown you. It's Golden Axe 2, Japanese version. I know a lot of criticism of the second game being that it's like the first Megadrive game, but with slightly different sprites and backgrounds really. When I say slightly different sprites, I mean kind of like the same sprites but differently coloured. I actually really like this game, and in fact I like all the Megadrive Golden Axe games, and again it's pretty short, but it's a good one, you know what I mean? It's got a great soundtrack as well. If you like the original, you're going to like that one, and as I said, this was it's a really nice copy of it as well. So, welcome addition to the collection, that one. I think I've actually got this on the PAL yeah, on the PAL console. So I may get rid of the PAL version at some point. But yeah, it's a good one. Another Japanese title here, Bad Omen. This is a game it's like an Arkanoid type, alleyway type bat and ball game. But again, like Dino Land before it, it's kind of taken that simple premise and kind of made it into a video game. So you'll see there's kind of like pretty detailed levels in there, and you know what I mean, it's more complex than just a simple bat and ball game. There's power-ups and all sorts in it. So yeah, it's a good one. It is a good one. Strangely, the price of this seems to be a bit, seems to have rocketed a little bit. But it's a good little game actually. It's a good little game. Next game I'm going to show you is a shoot 'em up, Whip Rush. This is it's a Japanese copy, and I have just picked up a nicer copy, basically. It's pretty pristine. I already had this one, but I just wanted to get a nicer copy. That's all. Didn't break the bank, so one there for the Megadrive Shoot 'em Up collection. Talk about Megadrive Shoot 'em Up collection. There's one here, Master Weapon. Not a huge fan of this, and it does command a premium as well. It's a pretty basic shoot 'em up. There are people who really like this game, and I think it's based on an arcade game. But I bought it for completeness' sake, and still not a fan of it, to be honest. But it was a decent copy. It wasn't daft money. It can sell for stupid money. So I want to add to the collection. I do actually quite like the cover art on that. But yeah, just getting it for completeness' sake, really. Now this is a game that I actually really wanted, and it took me a while to find it at a decent price, because you shouldn't be paying through the nose for this one. And it's Sol Diaz, and it's basically a cartridge version of the Mega CD game Sol Fierce. Pretty solid little shooter actually. I do actually quite like this one, and this is the Genesis release. I believe this is the only cartridge version that came out in any of the territories, so very kind of welcome addition to the collection. As I say, I looked for this one for a long time, and I wasn't going to pay daft money for it. I don't think my copy's got instructions, but I paid around 12 quid for that, so I'm happy with that. Next game. I mean, it shows you how old this is. I've played Streets of Rage 2 in its many incarnations, multiple times, but I didn't own the cartridge version until relatively recently. I say relatively recently, within the last 5 years, as I say. This is a trade for something else that I picked this up with. Doesn't have the instruction booklet, but PAL version of the game. I'm happy to get in the trade, to be honest. Not bad condition. So what can be said about that game, to be fair? Because in my eyes, it rivals Final Fight. I prefer Final Fight, but that's purely down to just a personal choice thing. But playable characters. Took everything that was great about the first one, ramped it up, put that amazing soundtrack in it, and such a good beat 'em up. So yeah, one of the best, and I think people generally agree with that. Next one I'm going to show you is there we go. It's a game called Magic Girl. It's a shoot 'em up. think of Fantasy Zone, but done as a horizontal scroller rather than a vertical scroller. This is originally, I think it's in a Korean bootleg, but a Super Fighter team released a physical licensed version of the game. It's got a few tweaks in it. To be honest, the shoot 'em up itself is probably a bit below par. But oh dear, nearly just mashed the box up there. There we go. But as you can see, they've put together a really nice boxed version of this game. As I said, made some slight enhancements so it runs better. Made it all English language, and awesome manual. It's a it's a good. There we go. It's a good one of these retro remakes. To be fair, really, a lot of love and attention put into this one. And as I said, the shoot 'em up itself is actually fairly average, but yeah, I had to pick this one up on release. Now they did have, because this was an officially licensed product, they did have a run-in with another company who released a version, and I think I may have shown this on a video in the past. Not long after the announcement of that this was being developed, yeah, this came out. It's the Alternativo 1985 version. It was pulled shortly after, after they actually started releasing the game itself, because of the licensing issues. So there aren't that many copies of this around. I'm quite interested in picking up the Korean version just to see how this compares. In fact, I think I have got the Korean version, just cartridge version, and I seem to remember that this is closer to the original than this. But even this one, you know what I mean, they've done a really good job in the cartridge. Yeah, they've done a really good job with the cartridge and the instruction manual as well. I mean, the quality's not as nice as the Super Fighter Team one, but it's still alright, you know what I mean? And that, I'm impressed with the cover artwork on this one, because it could have been a bit of cover art from back in the day, that one. It's really quite cool. But as I say, I don't think there are that many of these around, because it was pulled. Wow. Well, next game I'm going to show you what more can be said about that one as well. Super Shinobi 2, Revenge of the Shinobi 2, Super Shinobi 3, whatever you want to call it. It's, yeah, such a great game. This is a Japanese version. PAL version sells for daft money now. This one's not cheap anymore, but I managed to pick it up for a great price. Absolutely immaculate condition, this one as well, and it's a great Shinobi game. I think it's probably my favourite one. Just in terms of the set pieces are amazing. There's a bit when your character even does a bit of surfing down a sewer. It looks absolutely amazing. It's brilliant. It's great soundtrack on this one as well. Yeah, welcome addition to collection. As I said, this one didn't break the bank either. Okay, and I may have shown this one before. Bit of a classic, Rambo III. Again, probably one of the earlier games that I picked up. Megadrive games that I picked up in this round. So this was one of the first Megadrive games I ever played, and I was pretty blown away by it. And it kind of follows elements of the film pretty well. Not a huge fan of the film, to be fair. It's definitely the weakest one out of all the films, but in terms of the game, this is a cool little kind of like overhead kind of scrolling. It's not a shoot 'em up, but like a run and gun type game. It's really, really good. It's really, really good. Captures the feeling of the Rambo universe really, really well. So yeah, another if you're a Mega Drive collector, I think you've got to have a copy a copy of this. It's the law. And last but not least for this video, I mean, I'm going to split this one up into two just because there's that many, and my voice is getting a bit hoarse now because I've been talking for 15 minutes. But there we go. VV or 55 or Stahma as it was known when it was released in the US. Really cool shoot 'em up. Yeah, it is fantastic. It's a vertical scroller. I think it's by Tower Plan. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's a classic. It is amazing, and it's one of those games that I never thought I'd have, just because it's that expensive. You used to be able to pick this up fairly regularly for around about 50 quid, and it goes far north of that now. It really does. But I put a cheeky bid on this on eBay. Well, a cheeky make offer, and the seller accepted, and I picked this up for around about 50 myself, without the instruction booklet, but I can live with that. Just love the artwork on this. Love the game as well. Contains two versions of this. It's almost like an arcade version and then a Saturn remix or a Mega Drive remix. So two games in one, and it's a great little shoot 'em up. It really is. Well worth adding to anyone's collection. But as I say, daft prices for that one now. So yes, I will do another Mega Drive video next, and we'll talk through some more of these games. Another couple of kind of really heavy hitters in this, and again a couple of those Mega Drive games. If you're you know, a collector, you like your Japanese Mega Drive games, you know, it should be in anyone's collection. So yes, okay, right. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.